Welcome back. My name is Louise. We are here for Year 2 Phonics. This is Lesson 8. So today we have a vocabulary and a little bit of a grammar focus today. Let's jump in with a review of those definitions. Okay, first one, phoneme. A phoneme is a single sound in a word. Grapheme is a letter or a group of letters together represent one phoneme. Syllable is a beat in a word, must have a vowel sound in it. And remember that one from last week about the morpheme. So I'll do the actions, you follow along. So a morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning within a word. Let's repeat it. A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning within a word. Fantastic. Okay, let's start with a review of your independent task from yesterday. How did you go? I would love to see your Gentle Cindy's. So today in our Gentle Cindy, remember that this one was more of a rule because you can count on it most of the time. Over this side, it's one of those ones that we can try, but if it doesn't sound right in English, we need to flex that sound and try the hard phoneme G. Okay, so let's pop up some words. How many did you have under each side? Did you have 3 words? So C-E makes it S, as in the word central. What was our prompt word for C-I? City. Did you have that on your list? I hope so, because that's one we need a lot for our writing. What about this one? Circle. This one's actually got a suffix on it, circled. And you know from morphology, and really easy to bump up your vocabulary and your words, is to add all the prefixes and suffixes we know. So you might have had circle, you may have had circles, circling, circled, recircle, recircling. Look at all of the words you can bump out using those prefixes and suffixes. Bicycle. Oh, I need to find the glue so this sticks. You may have had cycle, bicycle. You may have had recycle. You may have recycling. You may have had bi means 2, tri means 3. You may have had tricycle here. Excellent. Okay, what about over here? Remember, when I show you the word, we'll read it and check our pronunciation and see if it's following the can part of this spelling pattern. Let's start with the word giant. Am I hearing giant or giant? Soft. Over here, giant. Oh, it's going to stick that tail. Giant. Okay, what about this one? How about gym? The place you go, not the person. J or G? Gentle Cindy. Gentle Cindy's going to the gym. Excellent, we're hearing that soft. Okay, what about this word? Really common word that we use. Say it. Get. Aha. Now, does it fit here as in jet? No, it doesn't. This is one of the ones that does not fit that spelling pattern. We flex it and we put it down here. It has the G followed by the E vowel, but it's not making this phoneme. J. Let's try another one. Read it, say it out loud. Yes, it has the G. Yes, it has a vowel. But I don't say GIFs, I say gifts. Hard does not follow our spelling pattern. That's why it's a can. We need to flex. Read it. Say it out loud. Use the power of your mind to send me to the right position. Excellent. Last one. Begin? Don't pronounce it like that in English. Begin. Down here. Excellent. I would love to hear how many words you had in your lists. Call them out. Quite impressive. Okay, let's come to our learning intention for today. Our learning intention today is we are going to use the doubling rule, the 1, 1, 1 rule, for when we're adding suffixes to words that end in a consonant. This might be a little bit of revision for some people, so we will read and write some words using this rule. This rule is really easy to remember if you just remember the 1, 1, 1 part. When we are reading and writing these words and adding on a suffix, we need to think about these things ourselves. Is it a one-syllable word? Does this word have a single short vowel? One syllable, one single short vowel. And does this word end in one consonant? 1, 1, 1. Do you remember? One syllable word, one single short vowel, one consonant at the end. When we see this 1, 1, 1 pattern, we need to double this end consonant and add our suffix. Okay, let's do it together. Now, I would like you to please write this down. So pause while you collect something to write on and something to write with, and come back when you're ready. Do you have everything you need? Let's do this together. 1, 1, 1. Tell me what it means. One syllable word. One short vowel. One consonant at the end. Okay, let's have a look up here on our word chart. I am using these suffixes today, and they are all vowel suffixes. Why? Why are they vowel suffixes? It's right. It's because they start with a vowel. So a vowel suffix starts with a vowel. Consonant suffix starts with a consonant. These are all vowel suffixes today. Okay, first word. We will do the pattern together of the doubling rule for the words that end in a single consonant. We'll say the rule lots of times. Repetition makes things stick. Then I would like you to write the word on your page. Are you ready? Let's do this together. Win is my base word. We're going to add the vowel suffix. Let's check our 1, 1, 1. One syllable word? Yes. One single short vowel? E. Yes. One single consonant at the end? Yes. What do I have to do to that last final consonant before I add my suffix? I have to double it. Then I add my suffix. Let's sound it out as we go. N. What are we doing? Double it. N. New word is winner. Excellent. Let's do the next one together as well. 1, 1, 1. Double that consonant. Add your suffix. Here we go. Shop. One syllable word? Sure is. Short vowel? O. Single consonant? P. What do we need to do? Double it. Let's go. Shh. op. Double it. Add your suffix. Next, snap. You do it in your head. What are you doubling? Add your suffix. Write the word. Check your work. Brilliant. Okay. Pause the video. Do the next 3 by yourself. Come back and we'll check our work. Time to check our work. How did you go? Excellent. Rob plus becomes robber. 1 syllable word? Yes. Short vowel? Yes. 1 final consonant? Yes. Robber. Bet becomes betting. Say it. Terrific. Betting. Last word, sadder. Sad. Follows the rule. Here we go. Excellent. If you need to make any changes to your work, do it now. Then, smiley face from the teacher. Do it better than I can. I've done a smudge. I'm going to give you 3 smiley faces now and 3 ticks. Very good. Review done. Let's go into our next activity. Time for activity 2. Does this look familiar? Absolutely it should. It is our word grid from yesterday. So yesterday we went through decoding and fluency, but we didn't do a lot around vocab. So let's go back and have a look at these words and have a quick quiz to see if we really understand the meaning of these words. So you will need to write the numbers 1 to 6 down the side of your page, and we'll have 6 questions and you need to find the answer on our word grid. Now, if you don't know it, that's okay. We'll come back and check for understanding at the end of this quick quiz. Pencil and paper, 1 to 6 down the side. First question. Okay, in row 1, what is a word that is a synonym for huge? Which word along here is a synonym for the word huge? Write it down. Question 2. Row 2. Which of these words means to collect things? Which of these words means to collect things? Okay, question number 3. We haven't done one like this before, so it's kind of like a little bit of a word rhyme. So if I was to say, loud is to quiet, like high is to, you have to fill in the missing blank. That was the example. Now here's the question for 3. In row 1, hard is to rough, like soft is to, what word could finish that sentence? Write it down. Question number 4. In row 3, write a word that has 3 syllables. Which word has 3 syllables? Got it? Okay. In column 3, in column 3, which word could finish this sentence? The girl rang for an ambulance for treatment. The girl rang for an ambulance for treatment. What word could fit in there? Column 3. Last one, number 6. In row 1, write a word which is a noun. Hint, there's more than one. If you can see more than one word that can be a noun, write it. It also might be a homonym. We learned about those last week. Excellent. Let's check our work. How did we go? First question was find a word in row number 1 that's a synonym for the word huge. Synonym is a word that you can substitute. It means exactly the same thing or a very similar meaning. Huge, we could use the word giant. Excellent. Correct your work if you need to. In row 2, this word means to collect things. What could that be? Does galaxy mean collect? Nope. Angel, you can picture that in your mind. Goggles, you can picture that. Magic doesn't mean to gather things. Oh, I just said it. What does it mean? To collect things is to gather. Excellent. Row number 1. This was that rhyme, remember? Hard is to rough, like soft is to gentle. Find the word gentle? Over here. Soft, gentle. Can you create a picture in your mind of something that's soft and gentle? I was thinking a kitten, but sometimes kittens are absolutely not gentle, so maybe that's wrong. A feather can be soft and gentle. Okay, let's go number 4. In row number 3, we were looking for a word that has 3 syllables. Not ginger, not gumboot, not urgent, gymnastics. Excellent, 3 syllables. Next one was about finding the word that fit into this sentence to complete it. So we looked at column 3, and the sentence was, the girl rang for an ambulance for treatment. For giant treatment? Doesn't really make sense. Galaxy treatment? She needed urgent treatment. She needed attention straight away. Urgent. Okay, last one. In row number 1, write a word that is a noun. What jumped out? For me, giant. That jumped out because that can be a noun, as in a fairy tale, the giant. It can also be a homonym because it has multiple meanings. Agent. An agent is a person who acts on someone's behalf. So the agent, that can also be a noun. Can you find another one? Person, place or thing. A gem, a precious gem. Excellent. So you may have had 1, you may have had 2, you may have had 3. Good job. This part of our lesson is our vocabulary building. What we're going to do today is we are going to make a Freya card. A Freya card is a really great way at unpacking vocabulary and really making sure we understand how to use that word in English. Let's check what our word is today. It's a mathematical term, cylinder. We also can see that it has the spelling CY, where the C grapheme is making a S phoneme, cylinder. With a Freya card, we have these headings to help us unpack what the word is and how we can use it. So the first thing we do is we need to make sure we understand the titles. So we have my definition. So we need to know what it is and how it's defined. Then in a Freya card, we look for facts or characteristics about this keyword. We also then include non-examples are really important to include because sometimes words are similar, but they're not the same. So if I was to think of the word chair, a non-example for the word chair could be stool. It's not the same as a chair. It could be couch. A couch is not the same as a chair. Or it could be beanbag. It's something you sit on, but a beanbag is not the same as a chair. So non-examples are really important. The next part here is an illustration. Now, illustrations should be drawn by you. Sometimes people like to cut and paste pictures and put them in, but actually when we draw something, there's a part of our brain that's activated and it helps stick in our memory. So it's really important to try and hand draw the illustration. The last part of our Freya card is examples of what this keyword is. Let's have a go. I'm going to hold up some information and I'll read it out to you, and you need to think about which part it belongs in. Thinking about those headings. So, a cylinder. Can you think of items or objects that are cylinders? Here's my prompt list. I've got a can, candle, straws, drum, fire extinguisher with a random capital E popped up for me, and cakes. Can you close your eyes and picture those as cylinders? Okay, where does it fit on our chart? Well, it's not an illustration straight away because it's words. Is this a definition? No. Well, these are characteristics, but it best fits over here in examples. These are examples of cylinders. Okay, next one. Let's have a look at this. I'll read it to you. A 3D geometric shape with parallel sides and the cross section is oval or round. When I'm reading that out to you, what does that sound like? It's a definition. It's telling me what a cylinder is. It's giving me some characteristics because you need that in a definition, but it's not giving me a list of characteristics or facts. So where does this best fit? Non-examples? No. What was it again? Definition. Excellent. Next one. I'll read these out to you. A 3D shape, it's a solid and it's not flat. Characteristic. It can be thought of as a circular prism. Okay. Both the surface and the solid shape inside can be called a cylinder. Okay. It's not a definition, that's already there. Where does it fit? It's not an illustration. It's giving me facts. It's giving me characteristics about a cylinder. So we pop it over here. Now, look, it's going to come down here a little bit. Excellent. So we have a definition. We've unpacked that further in our understanding with facts or characteristics. We have some examples of objects that are a cylinder. Now we'll go down to the last two, the illustration or the non-examples. Perhaps let's do the illustration first so that it's easier for us to picture those non-examples. Now, when we're doing a cylinder, really important over here, parallel sides. Parallel, they never touch. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to draw my parallel sides of the cylinder. And it tells me that the cross section can be oval or round. Let's try for a little bit of an oval shape here. Oval, oval, bring that down. And we know that it's a 3D shape. So there is my cylinder. It's a 3D shape, it's not flat. So let's come to the last part, which is our non-examples. Close your eyes, think of a cylinder. Now think of an ice cream cone, a cone shape. Is a cone a cylinder? No, a cylinder is a cylinder and a cone is a cone. Think about a 3D sphere. Baseball, basketball, tennis ball, any kind of ball. That's a sphere, it's not a cylinder. And the last one we have here on our list is a triangular prism. A triangular prism must have a base or a cross section that is a triangle, not a cylinder. Great. There is our completed Freya chart. Let's have a look at our Freya chart, all filled in. Now, one thing that we can always do is improve on our work. So I'm looking at my illustration and I know it's really important that I have to hand draw the illustration. I'm not too happy with my cylinder. I think I could do a better job. So remember, we come back to here, we use our definition. Our definition tells me it needs to have parallel sides and the cross section is oval or round. This time when I draw my cylinder, I'm going to start with the cross section. Let's see if it turns out a bit better. So my cross section is oval, and then I have another cross section down the bottom, and then I have my parallel lines drawing that together. Much better cylinder. It pays to try things a couple of times. Now remember, you can pause the video and you can practice drawing your cylinders as well. Pause the video and read through the Freya chart, making sure that you can understand why we have put the information under those subheadings. Okay, we've come to the end of this lesson 8 on vocabulary. Let's go back and just review our learning intention for today. Our learning intention was around that doubling rule of the final consonant when you have 1, 1, 1. Do you remember what they were? One syllable word, one short vowel, one final consonant. What do we need to do? Double it. Add our suffix. We had win, double the N, winner. Excellent. Independent activity. For today's independent activity, you are going to create your own Freya chart. Up on the screen now, you will see the template of the Freya card. Pause, copy down those headings, and then choose a word from the screen. The words are fancy, cinema, urgent, gather, dislike, or brightest. Oh, that's that est morpheme that we had last week. Choose one of those words and create your own Freya card. See you tomorrow.